comments concerning the game, as we always do, 392-8255. It is brought to you by Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. 392-8255 is the number to call. Jeff is batting leadoff. Jeff, hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I just want to say I'm a long-time Kentucky fan since the 80s, and I wish we'd beaten you worse tonight. They've won 4 or 5 now because all those years at Spurrier, 73-7 and 65-0. We fired Auburn's coach last week. He lost and he got fired. Just like we fired Ogeron in 2020 when we beat his butt. So, the only thing, Patricia, you guys is Spurrier been there. Before then, y'all haven't done anything in football before then. Didn't win no SECs or nothing.
What did you all win?
Well, we didn't win. I'm just telling you, we whipped your butt tonight. Well, I'm telling you.
Okay. What's the record of the series? You guys won the game tonight? Jeff, there's a rule I have here. When you talk, I let you talk. When I talk, you let me talk. That's a rule.
What?
Okay? You don't interrupt me, I don't interrupt you. Now, make your point and we'll move on.
We won 4 out of the last 5.
Correct.
And I don't want to mention about Steve's contract real quick because everybody wanted him gone. He's got a clause in his contract that if they fire him, I think it's over $30 million buyout, they've got to come up with it in a lump sum within 60 days.
All right. Thank you for your call, Jeff. Art, welcome.
Hey, I'm just going to preface by saying I don't really have anything nice to say. DJ Lagway, you're a grifter. You completely stole money from the University of Florida. You came in out of shape. That was the most pathetic game you've played yet to date. Continually losing to Kentucky only makes our program more irrelevant. Thank you so much, DJ. Get the hell out of town.
Art, thank you. By the way, I'm a history guy. I mentioned this during the week. The last time Florida was in Lexington was 2 years ago. And they had a running back that ran for 280 yards. Kind of, not quite 280 tonight, but the same kind of punishment on the ground by Kentucky against Florida's defense. Brian, hello.
Hey, Steve. How you doing tonight?
Good, sir.
Hey, good, man. We called you on the way up, me and my son. He made the picks on Friday. So we're in Lexington, and Steve, I'm just going to tell you, I've been to a lot of games, and that's probably one of the worst I've ever seen. Don't know what's going on. One, do you think they quit on them?
Well, it's hard. I would just – they led the game, right? It isn't like it was 21-0, but something happened, and I wish I could put my finger on it. I understand what Billy Gonzalez did. For those who wanted Tramel Jones, you got him. I'm not knocking Tramel Jones. He's put into a tough spot, but he threw for 60-something yards. It isn't like he came in and, hey, I'm the quarterback. But he didn't throw any interceptions either. So, you look for bright spots when you can get them. But I did not, and again, I just watched the game on television. I did not like the body language. It just seemed like when Kentucky started moving up and down the field, and they made their quarterback look like, Johnny Unitas, it was tough to watch. And that's just, I think they brought this up in the broadcast, and I agree with it. When you get an interim coach and then you play a rival, you get kind of a bump. You get kind of a, okay, we got something to prove, right? Now what? You lost that game and just flat as a board. Just flat as a board. And I think Gonzalez tried doing everything. You can't blame Billy Napier anymore. He ain't there. So, they just got their butt beat.
You said it, Steve. It was in the stands. It was probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen. But, again, it just looks like they're probably quitting on them. I hope I'm wrong. But, in all kinds of weather, man. Hey, my son wanted to say hey to you. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, enjoyed you picking the games the other day, and glad you had to make the trip to Lexington.
Hey, thanks, Steve. Have a good night.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Be safe getting home. Lee, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I just want to find out, who do you think is going to be the next coach for Florida? Who do you think is the best fit?
If I knew that, Lee,
no
I'd have a lot. Look, there's a lot of guys who could be a fit here. But let me tell you what didn't. Again, fans aren't going to understand this or realize this or even care about it. if you're in the Drinkwitz camp, they lost to another good team. And his record against AP top 10 or top 25 teams is not very good. But he's playing with a quarterback that had little to no experience. So, you have to take that into consideration. The fans' choice, the people's choice, is certainly Lane Kiffin. And I think he's probably the favorite going into, the race here. But that can change like that.
Yeah, but realistically, do you think Lane is going to leave Ole Miss? Why would he do that? He's making a name for himself there, the same way that Spurrier did at Florida. That's the way that I look at it, and I think that Lane has that big of an ego where he wants to make a legacy the same way, like I said, this Spurrier did at Florida. So,
Okay. Let me take your point. You said legacy at Ole Miss. What's he won?
he hasn't won anything yet, but he's on the pace to be able to do so, and he has the ability and the possibility to do so.
In 1 year, yes, in 1 year. I mean, if you're comparing him to what Spurrier did, it's not even close. It's not even in the same conversation. And I do think if you're talking about something like that, I think you have a better chance to do that at a place like Florida than you do at Ole Miss. Now, I don't know what their NIL situation is. I know nothing about that. Historically, this has been a better place.
Well, that's obviously that's very true because Florida has won national championship, whereas Ole Miss has not. But who do you think besides Lane? Because I don't know that Lane is going to leave Ole Miss. I wish he would. Trust me, I would love for him to become Florida's next coach. Anybody who's a Florida Gator fan like I am thinks that would be the best thing possible. But so who's the next person after that? John Gruden, like I said, would he be a possibility, do you think?
I would be a possibility, as well as John Gruden would be a possibility.
Well, I'm not saying I hope your coaching acumen is as good.
No,
as
I'm being facetious. I just don't see that. I just don't see that. And look, I said this, during the week on my show here. If Scott Strickland's doing his job, which I hope he is vetting several people, right? But again, who realistically is out there? Jeff Brom, maybe. Okay, good offensive guy. They got beat tonight. Brent Key at Georgia Tech, he's probably not going to leave his alma mater, and Brom is Brom's alma mater. James Franklin, I mean, he won at Vanderbilt. Give him credit for that. But, what have you done for me lately? We all saw his record against good teams. So the candidate list dwindles a bit unless you're, looking places that maybe, we don't know.
Well, that's what Florida did try to do before with Billy Napier, and of course, we see how that worked out. And so I think what Florida's going to try to do, which I hope they do, is go for a splash hire. What do I mean by that? By splash hire, somebody who does know how to win at the D1 level, who can pull it off in the big conference. But I don't know who that's going to be besides Lane Kiffin. But like I said before,
right, because there's not that many of them out there. That's exactly the point.
Exactly, but I think Lane is pretty locked into Ole Miss.
Well, we will find out. Lee, got to take some other calls. I appreciate yours. Thank you. Dave, welcome to the Extra Point.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good, sir.
Let me make 2 points. Point number one, I made the trip up to Lexington tonight. Point number one, what we saw tonight, Steve, that was the pride of the no pride of the sunshine. It's not being good enough is not embarrassing, but being paid a lot of money as these guys are now to do a job and then not even trying to do it is embarrassing. Not caring like they didn't tonight is embarrassing. Not showing up is embarrassing. Having no pride is embarrassing. Quitting is embarrassing. And there's very few times in the 52 years since I was a freshman at Florida that I've been embarrassed to be a Gator, and tonight was one of them. That was just a no-show-up performance, and that's really disappointing. And my other point I wanted to make, we can talk all night long about Lagway's performance, but what really bothers me about Lagway, I haven't seen an ounce of fire, an ounce of leadership out of that guy. A lot of quarterbacks, they're on the sideline when things aren't going well. They're going up and down the sideline, getting their teammates fired up, they're spirit guys. They're leading. And I didn't see any leadership from Lagway tonight. He sat there and moped. When Jones came off the field, would have been nice if he went out and congratulated him, if he patted him on the back, go out there on the perimeter of the field and show him you're behind him. He just stood there and moped the whole night, and that's what he's been doing the last couple of weeks. He comes off the field, he goes over on the bench, and he sits down. This guy's being paid a lot of money. I'd like to see, if I'm not going to see performance out of him, I'd like to see some leadership out of him, and we haven't seen that, and that's disappointing. Okay. And I appreciate it, Steve.
Yep, thank you, Dave. Appreciate your call. Hi, William. How are you?
Hey, Steve. How you doing, man?
Good, sir.
First and foremost, just want to say thank you for what you do and giving us a soundboard to kind of vent here, because it's dark times, obviously, for the Gator Nation. Totally want to agree, first with what your man just said about, I don't know what it is about him. Like, it's just something just doesn't feel right. Like, he seems, I know he's a good kid. He comes from a good family. I was so excited about him, but, just something is off. Like, I don't know what that is. And then the other thing is, if he was hurt, can they just tell us, if he was hurt and that's what was going on, which is totally fine. I would love to be, supportive and be like, man, that stinks. That's bad luck. But, just tell us. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, everything else is just weird.
I'm telling you, William,
he's just not good. I don't know.
He was hurt.
Not good? I don't know.
Yeah, he was hurt. He missed a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I get Florida in a way not wanting to make that public, right? Because they have teams to play.
Yeah, I want to protect him, too, because he stands to make so much money, too. So it's I get it. But, I don't know.
It's not the money. It's just you don't want to let an opponent know that.
Well, no, hold on. That's the other thing. Why do we, every injury report list every week, we have, 30 guys on it? Are we required to, list that?
Yes.
Why don't you wait till the end? You know what I mean?
That's an SEC rule that every team does.
Well, then we're very compliant. We might as well be Finland because we're so compliant. You know what I mean?
All right. Appreciate your call, William. Thank you. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More of the Extra Point as you stay with us here on WRUF.
Spurrier's Gridiron Grill is a special type of place for Gator fans and fans of great food, which is why we made every day special. Join us on Martini Tuesdays for half off our handcrafted martinis and wine Wednesdays, where you can enjoy a bottle of wine for 50% off. On Old Fashioned Thursdays, indulge in our selection of 8 classic old-fashioned cocktails. And of course, don't forget Sunday brunch. And now you can look special in some of our great merchandise, available at the restaurant or online at spurriers.com. Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, the hottest restaurant in Florida in the heart of Gator Nation.
Attention Gator students, alumni, and fans. You need to get out to Rally House Gainesville. Rally House is new in town and located just blocks away from Ben Hill Griffin Stadium near the intersection of Buckman Drive and West University Ave. The only way to describe their product selection is outrageous. Jerseys, hats, tees, sunglasses, tumblers, and so much more are waiting for you at Rally House. Rally House Gainesville, 1680 West University Avenue, your one-stop shop for all your Gator gear.
The defending national champion Florida Gators are tipping off another great season. Would you like a championship entertainment experience in your home? The pros at Electronics World can connect you with Sony, LG, Samsung, Yamaha, Martin Logan, Marantz, Bowers & Wilkins, Sonos, Monitor Audio, and more. So you can immerse yourself in every slam dunk and three-pointer. From concept to design and installation, count on EW for the assist with your home entertainment. Electronics World in Gainesville or online at electronicsworld.net.
Thankfully, we haven't had any strong rains or winds this storm season, but it's not over yet. Daughtry Tree Service reminds you that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, meaning fix it now before it's a problem. If you have broken, dead, or compromising limbs, shallow roots, or deceased trunks, call Daughtry Tree for a free risk assessment. Now that just makes sense. Local, trusted, and fully insured. Be safe and make your appointment today. Visit DaughtryTree.com. Daughtry Tree, your tree service people.
You're listening to The Extra Point with Steve Russell, presented by Spurrier's Gridiron Grill on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
It's a low point, Sean. It was an embarrassing performance tonight. There were no bright spots. Kentucky just whipped us in every phase there is. and then you go on the road next week to Ole Miss, one of the best teams in America. Better look yourselves in the mirror, or you're going to get really embarrassed next week.
He's right. He's absolutely right. We are bringing you this program in part brought to you by Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Another tough loss for the Gators, but in all kinds of weather, Gators stick together. So head to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill at Celebration Point tomorrow for a great brunch. Bottomless mimosas, made-to-order omelet station, shrimp and grits, shredded short rib, and so much more. You'll love Jerry's seasonal sangria, too. Brunch at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill has become a Gator tradition. Tomorrow, every Sunday from 11 to 3 at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill in Celebration Point. Let's take some more of your calls and comment about today's game. Rick, you're up. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Steve. How are you?
I'm all right.
Listen, I just want to comment that Florida got rid of a big part of the problem in moving Napier on, but the other big part has been Lagway. He just hasn't come around this year. I know he missed a lot of time and this and that, but we don't have time to wait on him. This program is sinking sadly, and currently Lagway's pass to interception ratio, I think he now has 3 more interceptions than he has touchdown passes.
That's not good. I mean,
it's not good.
There's no getting around it. It's not. And, you know, I'm going to say this, and I hope it doesn't come out the wrong way. The most popular guy is the backup quarterback, and Tramel Jones showed his inexperience tonight. It's not his fault. He did what he could. But obviously he threw for 60-something yards, so it isn't like, you know, people were clamoring for him. But at least he gets a chance to play. At least he gets a chance to get some SEC action and get that under his belt. And now we'll see if there's going to be a true competition for that position the rest of the way here.
But he did not throw 3 interceptions
Correct.
and a half, and
Correct.
that's what Lagway does every game. He throws a couple of interceptions. We're losing the ball game just by turning it over.
Well, it doesn't help. It isn't the only thing, but I'm with you. It doesn't help. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you score 7 points, that doesn't, you know, you're not. I don't care. But I get you. But you're right. I get your point.
Yeah, these fumbles, dumb mistakes. Not now. A lot of this is ceased, but I'm just saying this turning the ball over stuff is just bad news. We're losing our drives. How do we score points when we're giving the ball to the other team? And that's been consistent with Lagway. I call him Mr. Interception.
All right, Rick. Thank you for your call. BB says Georgia Southern 2013 felt bad. Somehow this feels worse, like we've hit bottom. Totally embarrassing. Michael says I'm having flashbacks to 0-10-1. And Todd says agrees with the caller making the point about DJ's lack of energy, enthusiasm, and leadership. Don't understand this isn't discussed more. All he does is sit on the bench and look around. His position is one of leadership. He's not leading. I think a lot of fans want to see people like Diego Pavia, right? Rah-rah, jumping up and down. If DJ Lagway threw 4 touchdown passes and no interceptions and sat on the bench, nobody would care. When you play badly and the optic looks bad when you're not seemingly engaged, that just throws, you know, coal on a fire. I get it. Gator Bill, hello.
Hey, how you doing? Gator Bill here. Steve, you agree that I think this receiving core is probably the most talented we've had since, like, what? Dallas. We're so deep. Like, VB3 being out, Dallas, or I guess VB3 played tonight. But, you know, like, our 4th and 5th stringers are, like, some of the most talented guys we've had in so long. And it's just, like, it's just such a bummer. I don't know. I'm just crying. I don't know. It just sucks, doesn't it?
Well, the part, and I'm not saying this is totally the reason that Lagway's playing like he's playing, but
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying we're so deep.
But it has been unfortunate that Florida's receiver group has not stayed healthy. This guy's out, this guy's in. This guy's out, this guy's in.
Number one, like elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right. Thank you for your call. Appreciate it. 392-8255, the Extra Point postgame show. We'll take a break, come back. We'll take more of your calls, questions, and comments here on WRUF.
Spurrier's Gridiron Grill is a special type of place for Gator fans and fans of great food, which is why we made every day special. Join us on Martini Tuesdays for half off our handcrafted martinis and wine Wednesdays, where you can enjoy a bottle of wine for 50% off. On Old Fashioned Thursdays, indulge in our selection of 8 classic old-fashioned cocktails. And of course, don't forget Sunday brunch. And now you can look special in some of our great merchandise. Available at the restaurant or online at Spurriers.com. Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, the hottest restaurant in Florida in the heart of Gator Nation.
Hey Gator fans, the Florida Department of Corrections wants you on our winning team. You could earn a starting salary of $22 per hour plus up to a $6,000 hiring bonus at many locations statewide. As a correctional officer, you can start a stable career in a controlled, team-oriented environment. No experience is required, and training is provided. Kickstart your career today and make a positive impact on your community. Visit FLDOCjobs.com to apply today. That's FLDOCjobs.com.
The world-famous Bud Light beer was introduced in 1982. Just think of all the great Gators moments since. And Bud Light was there for all of them. It was there at the tailgate, glowing on a neon sign at your favorite spot to watch the games. It was in the stadiums, arenas, ballparks too. Bud Light and Gators fans have shared decades of great moments together. Cheers to many more. Always 4 simple ingredients for a crisp, clean taste. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you tired of dingy clothes and spots on your clean dishes? It's not your laundry or dish soap. It's your water. Perry's Pump Repair in Alachua is our area's trusted water quality and mechanical experts. From water softeners, water treatment, water pressure issues, to well pump repair and installation. Call Perry's Pump Repair for a free water analysis. You have nothing to lose. Providing courteous, accountable, and life-changing water solutions for you and your family. Please read their reviews. Visit perryspumprepair.com.
It's the Extra Point with Steve Russell. Presented by Spurrier's Gridiron Grill on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Welcome back to the Extra Point. Again, brought to you by Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. A tough loss for the Gators, but tomorrow, your fellow Gator fans can wash the taste of this defeat away with brunch at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Bottomless mimosas, a made-to-order omelet station, shrimp and grits, shredded short rib, and a lot more. Don't forget Jerry's Seasonal Sangria, too. Brunch at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill has become a Gator tradition. Tomorrow, every Sunday from 11 to 3 at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill in Celebration Point. Let's go back to the phones. John is there. Hi, John.
Hey, Steve. How's it going?
Good, sir.
2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's the general mood of the locker room amongst the players? I mean, I know a few of the players. I've talked to them recently, and they seem to be fairly, still hanging in there and positive and everything. Secondly, the recruits that we've chosen and under the previous coach, how does that work? Because I know for a fact that now one of the recruits that I know is kind of second guessing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I am amazed that given this circumstance with Florida, the class has held up as it has. Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way, but a lot of times when this stuff happens, kids pull their commitment. And that has not happened. Now, I will tell you, and I'm not a big recruitnik anymore like I used to be, but I know this from talking to coaches. I promise you, John, there's coaches from all these schools on the phone with those kids. And some kids are already arranging visits. So that's going to happen. It's going to happen when there's a coaching change, right? And, reportedly, there's already a player that has opted out to preserve his red shirt. So, that stuff, that when you have a season like this, that's what you get.
Yeah, you're very correct because, like I said, I do know one of the recruits, and I talked to his father, and he kind of gave me the hold up for a second sign. Things might be changing.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea when they may be choosing a new coach?
No. Heck, if I knew that, I'd win the lottery. But I would say there's 2 schools of thought here. I mean, obviously, fans, media, players all want to know as fast as they can who that new coach is going to be. But you better, if you're the athletic director, I don't care who it is, Scott Strickland or Joe Blow, you better do your due diligence and you better make sure, it's the guy that you think is going to lead Florida out of this. So you certainly don't rush that decision because of recruits. You cannot do that. You may lose the recruits you lose. You may end up getting more based on who the hire of that coach is. That's just how that sort of cycle works.
Right. Well, thank you, Steve.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you. Jesse, hello.
Steve, you remember me coming back?
Oh my God! On a night like this. But no, I won't marry you. But thank you for asking. Steven says, is this team lacking talent and dues to be a good football team, or is it other things? I'm going to go back to what I always say, Steven. It doesn't always end up this way. Go to the beginning of the year and look at who the all-SEC teams are. How many Gator players are on it, right? Is that a measuring stick necessarily? No, but it does give you a little bit of a look in, right? And this year there were more on the team, but not as many as some of the Alabamas of the world. There's talent here. There is talent here. But for some reason, it just has not gelled. Part of it is injury. And I'm not making any excuse. That's the truth, especially at the wide receiver position. That's been, every week, that and the defensive backs have been crushed this year. That's not helped. When your margin of error is not much and you have those injuries, that does not help. Luis, do we have one more? Okay, we'll take that. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the extra point. If you have a quick call you want to get in and talk about the game, we will certainly do that here on WRUF.
Santa Fe Ford in Alachua is overstocked with new Ford trucks, from Mavericks to F-Series Super Duties. Also, we have many Ford SUVs. Prices slashed thousands. Santa Fe Ford, just 12 minutes from Gainesville, 25 from Lake City, and 50 minutes from Ocala. Santa Fe Ford, where low overhead guarantees the lowest price. In the Pecan Grove, exit 399 Alachua. Shop 24/7 at santafeford.com.
We don't know who the next coach of the Florida Gators will be, but I know where you can get stocked up on all your orange and blue gear. Rally House Gainesville. Located at the intersection of Buckman Drive and West University Avenue, Rally House is your one-stop shop for all your officially licensed Gator gear. Jerseys, hats, t-shirts, and more. You want it? Rally House has it. The most popular gear from brands you'll love. 1680 West University Avenue. Your city, your house. Rally House.
From now until December 31st, you might start seeing double. Because with the Visa Platinum Rewards card from Radiant Credit Union, you'll earn double points on every purchase. Double the coffee runs, double the holiday shopping rewards, double the fun. Just swipe, earn, repeat, and watch those points pile up twice as fast. So when you're ready, apply at radiantcu.org or visit your local branch. Double the points with your Visa Platinum Rewards card from Radiant Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Opportunity Lender.
Thankfully, we haven't had any strong rains or winds this storm season, but it's not over yet. Daughtry Tree Service reminds you that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, meaning fix it now before it's a problem. If you have broken, dead, or compromising limbs, shallow roots, or deceased trunks, call Daughtry Tree for a free risk assessment. Now that just makes sense. Local, trusted, and fully insured. Be safe and make your appointment today. Visit DaughtryTree.com. Daughtry Tree, your tree service people.
You're listening to The Extra Point with Steve Russell. Presented by Spurrier's Gridiron Grill on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
All right, welcome back to The Extra Point. We'll take Andrew's call quickly. Andrew, hello.
Oh, yes. Good evening, Steve. Disappointment, as with many other Gator fans. I did want to ask this one question. Lagway's NIL valuation sits around $2 million. He's got deals with brands like Mercedes-Benz and Chipotle and Dr. Dre and all this other Gatorade, so forth and so on. With possessing this type of resume, let's just call it, do you think that would hinder his development or his concentration as far as his performances is concerned of late?
I don't think advertising for Chipotle affects his footwork.
No.
Right? I mean, and I'm not, I mean, it just, the only way I think I would say if that was true, Andrew, is if he is spending an inordinate amount of time doing things like that and not studying a playbook or not looking at tape. And I don't know that. No one does outside that room. But that would be the only way, is if somehow all of that was getting in the way of him becoming a better football player.
Yeah, well, what I saw was a certain degree of unpreparedness when things started to go bad for us. If during practice, during the week, we have a set amount of plays that we run, and we plan to run against Kentucky, unless they revamp their defense, I didn't see a lot of continuity tonight. There was some timing issues, and I don't think he's the quarterback that he can be, and that kind of hurts me.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you, Andrew. Gator Bill, you got a minute. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, man. All right. Sorry. Last thing. I don't want to end it on a sour note, but I think we got to, beg the question, is Florida just not the program we think we are? Like, that's like where I feel like we're kind of at. Like if you look historically, they were not good for a long time, and we caught flash in a pan with Steve and with Urban, and I don't know. It's just like maybe we got to look in the mirror finally, and everyone stop posting negative things on the message boards, and let's build these guys up. Let's just come on.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate your call. And look, we can delve into that another time. This is still a good job. There are things in place here. It's been done before. It's just harder to do now because the SEC is better than what it was when Coach Spurrier was here and even when Coach Meyer was here. That's the extra point for tonight. Thanks to Luis, Alan, and Giselle for helping to produce it. I'm Steve Russell. See you later.
Santa Fe Ford in Alachua is overstocked with new Ford trucks, from Mavericks to F-Series Super Duties. Also, we have many Ford SUVs. Prices slashed thousands. Santa Fe Ford, just 12 minutes from Gainesville, 25 from Lake City, and 50 minutes from Ocala. Santa Fe Ford, where low overhead guarantee